Hello guys, this is Krishna Adya. Welcome back to my channel. And in last session we studied about form validations in JavaScript. So now what we will do in this session? In this session we will do some window manipulations. So what is window manipulation? Before studying anything about window manipulation, let's see that and what is window. So first of all, window is an object of it is the object of the browser. Anything that we open in a browser appears in a window. So to appear anything into the browser, a window is needed. So this is the use of window. Now let's see what is window manipulation. Window manipulation means it is used to manipulate the window, means to work with the window, like to close the window or to resize the window, to move that window, to open or create a window. These all things, this all work that is done with the window is known as window manipulation. Now let's see some window object properties. So the properties are closed, history, location, status, name and parent. So what are the use of these properties? So first is closed, means it returns a boolean value that is between yes or no, that the window is closed or not. Then history gives us the history about our window. Then location, it gets the location of our window. Then status, it is used to write some text into the status bar of the window. Then name, it returns the name of our window, or by using the name we can also set the name of our window. Then it's parent. Parent, it returns the parent window of the current window, means the window which is open, its parent window is appeared. Now let's see some commands that is used for window manipulation. The properties in last slide that we see was the properties of window object. Now let's see the commands for the window manipulation. So their commands are open, move to, move by, scroll to, scroll by, resize to, resize by and close. Now what are the use of this? Let's see some basic view and then we will see that how to do it in our code. So first is open. The open window is used to open a window or create a new window. Then move to and move by. Move to means it is used to move a window to a particular location. Means from the space, from the location in which it has opened to the new location, means it is not redirecting its control. It is just moving from one place to another. And then move by. Move by means it is used to move that window with some pixels. Like if you click one button and the value is given that is 100 pixel by 100 pixel, then it will move by 100 by 100. Then again when you click move by, then again it will move from that particular place to 100 by 100 pixels. Then scroll to and scroll by. The scroll to and scroll by commands are used for scrolling the window. Scroll to means it is used to scroll to a perfect location, and scroll by is used to scroll a window with a perfect pixels. So when you click the scroll by, every time the window will be scrolled at the pixels that we have given. The same that is done with the move by. Then it's resize to and resize by. The resize to and resize by is used to resize the window that is open. Now resize to is used to resize a window to a particular size, and resize by is used to resize the window to a particular size. But when you will click or resize by, every time the window will be getting small. Like if you have given that 50 pixel plus 50 pixel, then when you will be click resize by, each time the window will be resized by 50. Then again when you click it, then again it will be resized by 50 pixels. So it is used for that. And then it's close. It is used to close the window that we have opened or that we have created. So now let's see that how to use this all the commands to manipulate the window in our code. So over here in our code section, we will create a file in which it contains some buttons that is for creating a window, closing a window, resizing the window, moving the window and scrolling the window. And when the button will be clicked, the according manipulation we will perform. So now first let's save our file. I am saving the file as win underscore manipulation .html. Now let's give the title over here. Let's say window manipulation. Now let's create a button over here to create the window. And we will create the JavaScript function over here that will create the window. So let's create the function and let's name as vin open. So before creating a window, first we need to declare a variable over here that will be used for a window, that the window which we have created. So let's give as my window. Now we need to create the window. So for that first the variable will be used, that is my win is equal to window dot open, and window dot open contains some parameters. The first is we have to give the URL, but it's optional. It's not necessary that you have to compulsory give the URL. The URL indicates that where you want to open the window. So I am not giving any type of URL over here. Then we have to give the name of our window, that is my win, and then we have to give the height and width of our window. So let's give the height as 150 pixels. And let's say width as 200 pixels. So by this way you can create the window, and over here we will place some text in the window which will be created. So let's see that my win dot document dot write, and let's place some text. Let's say as this is my window. So now first give the on click attribute, and in that attribute we have to give the name of the function that we need to perform when the button will be clicked. So by this way you can create the window. So now first let's see that this works perfectly or not. So our file was win underscore manipulation .html. Here you can see a button has appeared, and now when the button will be clicked, a window should appear. Okay, so here you can see a window, and you can see some text over here that this is my window. If you want to close this window, then you can simply click on the close button and that window will be closed. So now here you can see that only one window is here, and when I create a window, you can see that there are two windows over here. So by this way you can create the window. Now let's switch to our next manipulation. We will do our next manipulation of resizing our window. So first we will do resize to, means we will resize our window to a particular size. So now let's create a function for it, and let's give the name of the function as resize to. Now over here we need to use the resize to function, just like we use the window.open. So now let's give the name of the variable that we have created, 10.resize to. Then how much we resize? We need to resize the window by, let's say, 50 pixels by 50 pixels, and we will give the focus over here. The focus is given because when you will click a button or when some manipulation will perform, the window that is being manipulated will be minimized. You have to again click on that window and open. So you can't get the perfect idea that this manipulation works or not. So to remain the window that we have created as it is, so we have placed the focus over here. Now let's give the name of the function on the button on click attribute. Now let's see that resize to works or not. So let's reload our file, and first we need to create our window, and then let's drag it the window over here so we can completely see our button that we have created, and let's click on resize to. So you can see that the window has become smaller. So this is resize to. When you will again click resize to, it will be remain as it is. So now let's close this window, and now let's switch to the our next manipulation. Our next manipulation is for resize by. Let's provide some text to the button, that is resize by, and now let's create our function. Then let's write the code over here, that is the name of the variable, and then resize by. And then how much we want to resize our window each time when the button is clicked. So let's resize our window each time by 20 pixels. And let's give the focus over here. And then give the name of the function on the onClick attribute. Now let's see that this works or not. Let's reload our file, create our window, and let's drag our window. And let's see as resize by. So it has become resized by 20 pixels. So now let's again click on resize by. It has become bigger. Now again resize by, it has become bigger. Again resize by, it is becoming, their size is becoming larger. So by this way you can use the create window, resize to, and resize by. Now let's switch to our next manipulation. What is our next manipulation? Our next manipulation is move to. Let's give some text over here. Let's say move to, and let's create our function for the same. So I need to move from the place from which it has created to 250, and over here we will give the 0. Now let's give the name of the function over here, that is in the onClick attribute. Okay, so now let's see by reloading our page that is works or not. First we need to create our window, then let's click on move to. So it has appeared over here. So why I have given the 0 over here, the 250 determines or indicates the x-axis and 0 indicates the y-axis. Now let's close our window that we have created, and then let's do our next manipulation, that is move by. Now let's create the function for the same. We will move our window each time by 20 pixels only in x-axis, not in y. Now let's give the name of our function in the onClick attribute of the button. Now let's try that this works or not. So first we need to create our window, then let's say move by. Again move by, move by, move by. You can see that the window is moving itself by 20 pixels whenever I click the button. So now again let's click on move by. So by this way the move by works. Now let's do our next manipulation. So our next manipulation is scroll to. Now let's create the function for the same. So over here I have left two lines over here because while scrolling we will give the scroll to button as static, means the position will be fixed. So I have left the line so we can see the perfect output. And in scroll to we have used the window over here instead of the variable which we have created, because I want to scroll the window, that is our main window on which our buttons are appearing. So before performing the scrolling function, we need to give some styles over here. That is, first we need to give the width to our main window. Why we are giving the width over here? So we can perform the scrolling function, because without giving maximum size to it, you can see that no scroll bar is appearing over here. So without scroll bar we can't scroll it. The scrolling will not perform because it is the size of the perfect window. So we need to extend the size of our window. Then we need to give the fixed position to our scroll button. So let's give a class to the button. Let's say a scroll to. And let's give the position to the button as fixed. So now let's see that this works or not. Let's reload our page. The scroll to button has appeared. There is no need to create the window over here because we are doing the manipulation with the current window, that is on the window in which all these buttons are appeared. So let's see scroll to. So you can see a scroll has been done, that is the C has been scrolled over here. So when I will again click on scroll to, it will not perform anything because scroll to is used just to scroll to a perfect position. Now let's reload our file and you can see the perfect window that we see. And when again I click the scroll to, you can see it has scrolled. Now let's give some more pixels over here so you get the perfect idea of the scrolling. So you can see that it has scrolled. Now let's do the same thing for the scroll by. Again I need to place the static position of the button, so I have left a line over here. And let's give the some text, that is scroll by, and let's create the function for it. Then let's give the class to a button. Let's give the class as scroll by. And give the position of the button as fixed. And now we need to give the name of the function over here into the onClick attribute. So now let's see that this works or not. Let's reload our file and let's see scroll by. Okay, so you can see that the scroll by also works properly. Now why I have given the position fixed over here. The position fixed means when the scrolling will be performed, the button on which the position has been given fixed will remain as it is. Now again let's see that let's use scroll by. You can see that all the buttons above are scrolling when I click on scroll by, but the two buttons, that is scroll to and scroll by, has remained fixed. It comes everywhere the static in its static position. Why? Because I have given the position fixed over here, so it has fixed into its position. Now let's do our last manipulation, that is to close the window. So now let's create a button to close the window, and let's give the text on the button, that is close window. And now let's create the function for the same, that is to close our window. Let's give the name to the function as closed, and then the name of the variable, that is my win, that is referencing to a window, and then the close. And now let's give the name of the function in the onClick attribute of close window. So now let's try that the window is closing or not. Let's reload our file, and before performing the close window, we need to create the window. So now when I will click on the close window, this window that is appeared over here should close. So you can see the window is closed, and you can see that only the main window is appearing over here, in which all our buttons are there. So by this way you can perform all the manipulations of the window. Thank you for watching my video. If you like it, then please subscribe my channel.